Hi, if you are new here, I'm Kaniti, and if you're already watching this channel, welcome back. I have to keep the window open because it's very hot, so I hope it won't be too loud. But anyway, we are going to watch the 8th episode of Monster today, so let's see what happens here. Let's go.
ドクター・テンマ、あなたは悪くない。あなたは医者としての仕事を全うしただけです。あなたは悪くない。
I'm glad that she changed what she said because at first she did say, "Why did you save him?" while crying, but I think she was just being emotional at the moment. And then she quickly realized that, of course, it's not his fault, and he was just trying his best to save the lives. And I think it's very interesting how he said before that Johann himself changed his life, like helped him snap out of it and remember what he became the doctor for. I wonder if when he thinks that he brought this monster back to life, does he think that he wants to kill him? Because that's not something I would expect from Dr. Tenma, killing someone. Actually, Teen Monster doesn't only look like a cross, but also like a sword. Even though there are no swords here, can we say that Dr. Tenma is like a knight? Because for me, the sword, I think, just kind of like a symbol of a knight. Maybe like a warrior, of course. I'm not sure if I pronounce it right to distinguish from knight. But anyways, so now he's separated from Nina or Anna. I think it's better to call her Anna probably. But maybe their paths will intersect once again because it looks like he is now full on concentrated on this search for the monster that he saved. Even though I think he didn't mention like what about his work? Did he take a vacation or something like that? I think it's something to Mon saying in the window like to monster maybe. And also there's still a mystery, where did these children come from the first place, because we learned that the Libert family were not their real parents, and Anna remembered like walking through the place where there were a lot of dead people. So maybe they were like created in a lab, well, maybe not created in a lab, but enhanced. Something happened to them, some experiments were set on them. Is he back to work? It's wait, it heavily reminds me of the very, I don't know. It heavily reminds me of the first episode. You know, all the camera angles pursued, and just how it looked and how he took off his cap. It really reminded me of the first episode. I wonder. I don't think there's any importance to it. Is this the daughter of what was his name? Dr. Heinemann? So she became, no, how to say it, she's, yes, that's her. She started um trying to drink away her problems and grief and worries, and she still misses him.
それはそうだけど、でもそれもあなたが言うべ父のチームで完璧な手術をしてくれたからよ。父もきっと感謝してるわ。
I wonder if she actually liked him after all, because it looked like she was only interested because he was rising in ranks, so to say. Hmm.
父についていけば絶対に大丈夫。父が病院の理事長になるのは時間の問題だし、そしたら
Another reminder of the first episode, though.
ゆくゆくは院長。そして私は院長夫人。幸せにしてよ。
Maybe that's to show how another part of his past will return to his life, maybe now. Maybe she'll meet her again. Otherwise, why are they showing her to us, right? She still lives in this house, though, right? This big house, so she still has money and everything. Or otherwise, she wouldn't be able to pay for the expenses in such a huge house. And she still had. Like, many years have passed. And she still has this photo. Maybe she thinks that she didn't break up with him then. Everything would be different for her.
うるさいわね。
奥様申し訳ございません。
The police?
警察
Why?
お久しぶりです。エヴァ・ハイネマンさん。
Does he want another statement for something?
9年前のお父様の事件の際にはお世話になりました。
She didn't even. Well, yeah, they met like 9 years ago. I wouldn't remember also.
下がっていいわよ、ホルス。
はい。
Yeah, she still has like servants and big house and everything. So I don't think she lost in wealth any.
事件もろくに解決できないヘボ刑事ね。今さら私に何の用なの？
お父様の死後もこの大邸宅をこうして維持されているとは大したもの
He also has the same thoughts as me.
以前にも増してちょうど暇な
So you think she's getting money from somewhere? That's what you're implying.
私がどれだけ儲けたか見に来たってわけ。
Oh, so she also had some husbands. But no one was better than Dr. Tenma.
私はお酒があればそれで十分。
She does look
お
older.
見せしたいものがありましてね。
But she also looks a bit less evil than in the first episode, to be fair.
ネクタイ。
見覚えありませんか？
But if he's coming to ask her,
9年前の品ですからね。シンプルな柄ですが、よく見ると折り柄が非常に凝っていて、なかなかいい品ですよ。
damn, I should have rewatched previous episodes before watching this one.
何しろ9年前の品です。しかし運よくこの商品はその店の上得意な客に向けた限定生産品でしてね。その店の顧客リストにあなたの
So that was her father's tie?
だからなんだっていうのよ。
あなたこれを買われて誰かに
She gifted it to Tenma.
ある殺人事件の重要な鍵になるんですがね。
And
殺
so I was right in the end of the previous episode. And he does still suspect Tenma also?
さあね。男にプレゼントなんて山ほどしたからいちいち覚えてらんない
It feels like she does actually remember, but she doesn't want to say
み
it.
んな私のお金が目当てですもの。
よく
But then she also got money from divorce settlements, though.
でしょ？どいつもこいつも金目当て。私を心から愛する人間なんかいやしないわ。だから逆に慰謝料山ほど踏んだくってやったのよ。
Maybe that's why she remembers Tenma, because she feels like he was actually in love with her.
あなたも何か欲しい？何か欲しいの？言ってごらんなさい。
To be honest, I really like her now.
また伺います。何か思い出したらご連絡ください。
Like,
今度来るときはお酒の一本も持ってらっしゃい。
she is not in a good position in life. That's a different tie on this photo. So I do feel sorry for her still, even since the death of her father. But I feel like now, maybe learning from her mistakes in the past, she changed a bit. And after all, maybe it's not her fault. she was the way she was because she was influenced by her parent. So that was to be expected for her to share the same ideals as him. Yeah, and as I said, her face looks a bit softer now, maybe. It was so cold before.
エヴァ、君からお父さんに言ってくれないか。僕は間違ったことはしていない。僕はただ休館を運び込まれた順番通りにオペしていただけなんだ。
I'm really curious. Did she have actually any feelings for him then? Or is she remembering him only because she felt like he had feelings? Yeah, I remember this moment. That was so cruel. Like, I don't need you anymore because you didn't follow my father's orders to become, how to say, successful.
エヴァ、
ドクターノルド、素敵なスーツね。
君こそ今夜はまた一段と美しいよエヴァ。
She also has the name Eva. I'm just thinking about it because it was pointed out for me there are some Christianity allusions. So the name Eva can be one of them. Well, I would say Eve, but still it's written in the same way.
いやー、ヘッさん、元気になりましたね。顔色もいいし。
Well, maybe not in English, but in Russian it's actually Eva, so almost like Eva.
ドクター天馬、来月娘の結婚式なんだが
Maybe in German it's the same case.
ええ、大丈夫です。でも宴会で羽目を外さないようにしてくださいよ。
ありがとう。諦めてたんだがドクター天馬に
ヘッさんが頑張ったからですよ。
あんたがずっとついていてくれたら娘どころか孫の結婚式まで拝めそうだ。あんた本当に名医だ。ずっとこの病院にいてくださいよ。
ドクターテンマ、
今から回診をするんだ。忙しいから断ってくれないか。
でも
He even looks younger now after he shaved his stubble.
エヴァ、
It's honestly like the episode of remembering the beginning.
久しぶりね、ケンゾ。
I think he still remembers like the hot
いろいろあった
she caused him and her father too.
お父様、もうお休み？
Yeah, but she also had to go through this terrible trauma of seeing her father murdered. Well, like dead. And I'm pretty sure she did love her father. Even though that doctor, what was his name?
エヴァ、辛いだろうな。気持ちをしっかり。
Bauer? No. Well, this blonde doctor said she was only crying because she was worried her wealth and status will go away. But I think she was honestly very sad. Well, I did say that I did feel sorry for her. So what does she want now? To try make amends again? I didn't notice.
長期休暇を取ったそうね。
So he took an
たま
extended
にはこうやっ
leave.
て体を休めなくちゃ。
that wasn't rest. That wasn't rest.
君も少し痩せたんじゃないか。
Is this just a customary thing to say, like a nice
噂
thing
で
to
聞いた
say?
でしょ。
The rumors, like about her life, or
春ね。覚えてる？10年前の春。
maybe she wants to talk about the tie.
若かったわね。この時期にあなた川で泳ごうとしたのよ。私慌てて止めて。そしたらあなたったら
悪いんだけど。エヴァ、時間がないんだ。
Yeah, I think especially right now is not the good time because his mind is all concentrated on the monster. Yeah, she did come to make amends.
3回の結婚の失敗で
But
初めて分かった
even if he was ready
本当に愛してくれたの
in any other, yeah, that's the reason she remembers him. Right now he doesn't have like time for that, so to say, anyway. So that's just also an unfortunate moment to try for her. Of course she doesn't know that.
君の気持ちは嬉しいけど受けられないんだ。それじゃ
待ってケンゾー私黙ってたんだから警察があなたのネクタイのこと聞いてきたけど
Yeah, she did remember.
あのネクタイ
Damn, I regret not going and checking the first
あのネクタイ
episode.
は確かに私があなたにプレゼントしたものだわ
Well, I think he was just also still wearing it
黙っていてあげるわ
and lost it there near the castle.
僕にはやらなきゃいけないことがあるんだ。
I'll check it after watching this episode. Wait, now is she going to get mad and evil again? See, she's making this frown like she did before.
それなら全部言うわよネクタイのこと警察に話すわよ全部言ってやる9年前お父様たちを殺したのも全部あなたの仕業だって
It wasn't actually him though. But does she think it's him? Why would she want for them to get back together if she honestly thinks
重要参考人としてドクター天魔を
that he killed her father?
しかしこれではフォルトナー夫妻とマウラー殺しの証拠には不十分では。
私が今言ってるのはハイデルベルク城での殺しの件だけど
Well, yeah, he does think he's a suspect.
わかりましたこれで一気にたくさんの事件が解決するかもしれません
I wonder if she added something from her, like something that didn't actually happen.
どういうことだねドクター天魔。
勝手なことを言って申し訳ありません。
Right after he was asked to not to leave the hospital by that patient.
でいないよ。もう一度考え直して。あ、君。ドクター天魔。
And it's Lunge.
警察？ドクター天魔が殺人容疑？
It's even worse because he isn't actually the culprit. And damn, a necktie just lying there is not enough proof in my opinion.
各病棟の入り口を塞げ裏口も忘れるな
He's pretty serious about this.
ドクター天魔はどこだ
知りません
In the first episodes, I thought he would become a suspect right away and would be on the run and all of that. Maybe this is actually going to happen after all. His patients don't want them to get it. Damn.
人殺しなんかするわけがない。そうだ。
私たちの命を助けて
And they are right.
ドクター天魔は無実。
He is innocent. Would you really go through all these people?
なんだかえらい騒ぎですね。パトカーが
Ah, he already managed to get away.
そうか。何があったんだろう。とにかく駅の前で降ろしてくれ。
So he's getting off on this medicine car, medical car, an ambulance car. Yeah. Yeah, it does feel like this shot of him looking at the hospital, like it's the goodbye.
待て、ドクター天魔。ドクター天魔。
He's remembering that moment when he decided to go and operate the boy instead of the mayor.
大
医者どころかただの金の亡者じゃないか。あんなやつ死んだ方がマシだ。
大変です。あの双子の兄弟がどこにもいないんです。
Are these also maybe all of the things he regrets? Maybe he does regret after all choosing this surgery and then saying that he wishes these people would be dead. And then the consequences of this. His voice is so soft, so light. So it was an episode of remembering the past because we are leaving the past behind. Now we are on the run from the police, I guess. Yeah, that makes us even more suspicious though. Like, why would he run away? Probably because he is actually guilty. That's what Lungi is going to think. 5 months later. Okay. I wonder what Anna was doing all of this time.
あんた夏だってのにそんなに着込んで暑くねえのかよ。あ、なんだいそりゃ。3日前の新聞じゃねえか。
That's his father.
ゴールデンで10年夫妻がやられたってな。
And they...
医者だって話じゃねえか。 そういえばあんたもフェルデンへ行くって言ってたな。知り合いでもいるのかい？あ、会えるかどうかわからないが、行かなくちゃならないんだ。
No way. I said that he is a person who values all lives, but maybe now he actually does think, like, what's the trade-off? If this person remains alive, then many other people would die. And maybe it would be for the better to actually kill him, to save so many lives, because he already murdered so many people. So maybe after all, it is his experience with the House of Tragedy and everything, and then realizing the police can also be in on it. There's no one he can actually trust 100%. It looks like it changed him, and now he wants to find Johan himself and actually become the murderer and kill him. And then I don't know what would happen then. Lunge suspects him of everything. It's like from the very beginning, from like he said 9 years ago. Since then he was suspecting Tenma. Since then, and now I think he's also this fixated on this theory that Dr. Tenma has to be the culprit. I think this makes him only cherry pick, so to say, all the evidence that shows at Dr. Tenma and gives him this tunnel vision that he is only looking to support this theory without even trying to look into some other alternative theories. So I think that's what's happening. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's honestly trying to solve these murders. And Dr. Tenma does look like a viable suspect, but you always have to look at all the options, and maybe Dr. Tenma's story that he told him does sound unrealistic. But he didn't, I mean, Lungi didn't even try to prove or disprove it, to explore it any further, because he was already concentrated on Tenma himself. The part with Eva was very interesting. Maybe she didn't think that Tenma actually killed her father. Maybe she trusted it wasn't him, and in the end she only said it in the heat of the moment because she was angry, and she was like, I will tell everyone that it was you, but not actually believing that it was him, because it would be strange to try and get back together with a person who you think killed your father. That would be very strange. And what else? Okay, I think I said everything else. So this was an episode of Leaving the Past Behind, essentially, and now 5 months passed, and Tenma is on the hunt for Johan. So looks like we are going to be on a very, very long hunt, because there are like a lot of episodes here. But we'll see what happens next, how it's going to escalate, and if Anna is also on the hunt for Johan somewhere, and our paths will intersect after all. Yeah, but that would be it for today. So share your thoughts in the comments down below without spoilers, of course. Thank you for watching, and see ya!